My heart is faint in me. My heart is faint in me. Behold the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people. Jeremiah is really ranting about his sorrow. To give you a background, and I just kind of spotted around in that, Jeremiah is known as the weeping prophet. He is the author of Lamentations. He's lamenting. Jeremiah's problem was he would prophesy, and the prophecies wouldn't come to pass. He was challenged a lot. He was lonely a lot. He was an outcast in the society that he lived in. And so you see him suffer through bouts of, guess what? Depression. Mm-hmm. We often think that depression should not hit Christians. We're told, and I've heard it said in many church settings, that a Christian ought not to be depressed. I'm going to ask you, Jean, to describe the symptoms of depression, because it's more than just crying and feeling sad. Mm-hmm. It's more than just, oh, you women are emotional. Oh, that guy, he needs to get it together. I want you to tell our viewers the definition of depression.
The number one thing, and especially in children, because children can be depressed, mm-hmm. is a lack of joy, and nothing is fun anymore. You can look at the person's face and see the countenance has changed. Or people can laugh all the time and they're hiding it. Mask depression. If somebody is too happy at the wrong time, mm-hmm. they might be depressed. Mm-hmm. A depressed person either wants to sleep all of the time or they can't sleep at all. Mm-hmm. They eat all of the time or they don't want to eat at all. Mm. Totally lack of balance in their life. Mm-hmm. It's a physical thing. It affects the brain, the chemistry in the brain, mm-hmm. and negative thoughts of guilt and shame. Mm-hmm. It affects the body. The body can have aches and pains that are unexplained. Mm-hmm. Anxiety goes along with depression a large part of the time, feeling anxious about everything. Mm-hmm. It affects them spiritually. They can't feel close to God anymore. Mm-hmm. No matter what kind of relationship they had before, they feel overwhelmed in life. Mm-hmm. Just to name a few of the mm-hmm. symptoms of depression. And a person can have all of those or some of those mm-hmm. for a period of time, weeping all the time, mm-hmm. privately or in public, and sometimes a depressed person just can't cry.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Polars, either way, either
mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
And oftentimes, I hear you said there's a lack of joy. Okay, I'm a staunch believer. I'm told my Bible, big one, and I tell you, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Get over it. What would you say to a person such as me? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's what we do.
The joy of the Lord is still our strength, mm-hmm. even when we're depressed. It's still what gets us through the day, mm-hmm. even if we're not feeling the joy. Mm-hmm. But there is no shame in depression. I think Christians are prone to depression because we set a high standard for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we set such a high standard, we are overwhelmed with life.
Right.
We never feel like we can reach our goal. Mm-hmm. We feel like we have to be good and perfect all of the time. Yes. And we try to do way too much.
Mm-hmm. That's the key. Balance.